Hi and hello. Good times to all of you. Good day, good times, good moments. So, I welcome you all for the second chapter of second part of organic chemistry class 12th. This chapter is known as compounds of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. This we made clear in our previous session. So, among the compounds of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, we have to learn, we have to understand six classes of compounds of CHO: alcohols, phenols, ethers, aldehydes, ketones, and carboxylic acids. Already we started alcohols chapter, alcohols, phenols, and the ether chapter. In that, we are now today on reactions of phenols. After going through properties of alcohols, uses of alcohols, especially the first two, methanol and ethanol, we will shift our discussion on another part of the same chapter, that is reactions of phenols. Phenols are the compounds where we find OH group directly attached to the benzene nucleus. Okay, so let us not go to the classification part now. Already we learnt. So a simple phenol, hydroxybenzene, phenol, common name. Phenol is more and more superhit or more popular name compared to the hydroxybenzene. Okay, so let us study properties, especially the chemical properties, reactions of phenols. Where there is a benzene, there is a ES reaction. So because here also we have benzene, therefore it has to give ES reactions, electrophilic substitution reactions. Okay, right. So accordingly, this is an example for halogenation. Okay, so when phenol is subjected for halogenation in the presence of less polar solvent like carbon disulfide, carbon tetrachloride, okay, that time we get ortho and the para products. In that, para is the major. Why only ortho and para? Once again, I am repeating, already we learnt, whenever we draw the resonating structures for phenol, we get negative charge on ortho and the para. Therefore, electrophile will prefer to attack on ortho and the para only. Therefore, we get ortho para products. In that para, because of symmetry and because of the correct packing, para isomer dominates over the ortho isomer, and afterwards separation we follow using some special techniques. Okay, ortho para both forms, whether it is 1% or 90%. Our next aim after the preparation is to separate them. So when we separate, for that we have to go for special techniques, because both are orthophenols, sorry, what bromophenols. Therefore, when both are bromophenols, both are isomers, somewhere they differ physically. So that point we catch. So in which area they differ, which property they show different. So that is the catching area. That is the important point. Using that point, we separate the what isomers. So here ortho and the para both are formed. But if you go for excessive what bromine in the reaction condition, okay, using the what Lewis acid as a catalyst, we get all the two ortho and one para, all three are substituted. We get a tri-substituted product. So it is called as what? 2,4,6 tribromophenol if you go for excessive halogenation using bromine or anything. Okay, so here an important point is OH is highly reactive group. It activates ortho and the para like anything. So the incoming electrophile will enjoy, aram se it will come and attack on the ortho and the para position. Right. After the halogenation, we will go for the sulfonation using the conc H2SO4. Here also we get a ortho and the para isomers. Here also we get a tri, but we don't go. This is enough because these hydroxy benzene sulfonic acid will find many applications. So therefore, whenever we want to stop a particular reaction, only thing is we have to maintain reaction conditions so that accordingly we can stop, we can get desired products. Now third ES reaction is nitration in the presence of conc HNO3 and conc H2SO4. Already mechanism part explained in the previous session and also in our last year 11th class, where conc H2SO4 is a strong acid, conc HNO3 both are acid only, but here in this combination H2SO4 plays the role of an acid and HNO3 plays the role of what? Base. Okay, so please see the mechanism part. Generation of an electrophile, okay, attack of an electrophile, okay, then removal of proton from the point where the electrophile is attacked, and ultimately we get a desired product, right? So nitration of phenol gives ortho nitrophenol, para nitrophenol, okay, with dilute HNO3 at normal room temperature. But if you go for the strong conditions, both ortho and the one para are blocked by the three nitro groups known as what? 2,4,6 trinitrophenol. The most favorite what chemical of one of our students. Okay, so this is most popularly called as what? Picric acid. So picric acid is nothing but 2,4,6 trinitrophenol because of its 3 electron withdrawing nature. Okay, so it shows what best acidic character. That's why the name is kept as picric acid. And if all the 5 are packed, 2 ortho, 2 meta, 1 para, that product is called as what? Penta nitrophenol. Okay, so always majority prevails. Out of the 5 positions, 2 are ortho, 1 is para and 2 is meta, so 3 is to 2. So definitely this what 2 ortho and the 1 para, 3 is to 2, 3 number dominates, so acidic property prevails. Only thing is exactly where it will find place among all the nitrophenols, that we have to go for what? pKa value. Once we come to the pKa values, we can easily arrange in the increasing order or decreasing order of their acidic strength. Okay, right. Now, after getting 2,4,6 trinitrophenol, now here one important property from the knowledge point of view, from exam point of view, out, though we get here ortho nitrophenol and the para nitrophenol, the separation is very easy. In most of the cases we get ortho and the para mixture. So I told you, depend upon the property, depend upon the condition, we follow separation techniques. But here, for example, to understand how they separate, so we have taken an example of what? How ortho nitrophenol and para nitrophenols are separated from the reaction mixture. See here, the ortho and the para isomers can be separated by steam distillation. This chapter was deleted from the 11th class, so we don't know. So distillation we carry out on many grounds. Normal distillation, okay, steam distillation, or distillation under the reduced pressure. So all those distillation techniques are there, but this is what? Steam distillation. So we pass a steam. Why we pass a steam? Because in water they are soluble. Okay, so steam is in the vapor condition, right? So and its temperature is more than 100 degree centigrade. So here the property is what? Orthonitrophenol is a steam volatile. So when you pass a steam into the reaction mixture, it is the orthonitrophenol water converts into vapor state from liquid to the vapor. Why? Because of the intramolecular hydrogen bonding. You make it as a intra. Okay, interchange this one. So make it a intra. Within the molecule is called what? Intra. So it is because of intramolecular H bonding. Okay. So what happens? It exists as an individual unit, so it goes to vapor state easily, individually. Whereas in the case of para nitrophenol, it is a intermolecular H bonding. So para to one more para, this para to one more para. So it is how we learnt in the hydrogen bonding, water to water, alcohol to alcohol, like that. Para to para, para nitrophenol to one more para nitrophenol, one more nitrophenol. So due to the intermolecular H bonding, association is more. So that means when the association is more, we require more energy to go to the vapor state. But here it is not going for the going for the intra. So this will volatile fast compared to this one. Therefore, whenever you pass a steam into the reaction condition, it is the ortho isomer comes out, leaving behind para isomer, and para isomer left in the reaction container. Ortho will go out, aram will condense, then we will get the ortho in the separate container. So in this way, using the property, using the techniques, so suitable method is applied depend upon the properties. First you understand the property, okay. So once you know the property, then easily we can apply the suitable method, so that our method of separation is very easy, right? Okay. So now after the what electrophilic ES reactions, now this one you see here. How trinitrophenol is prepared? Already we learnt nitration. Nitration of phenol gives trinitrophenol, but nowadays this is prepared by one more method, very famous method, where using the sulfuric acid, first we get the dibenzene sulfuric acid, then afterwards it is converted into trinitrophenol using the HNO3. Only first H2SO4 is used, not the both combination. Okay. Otherwise, combination of both will give sometimes a kind of problem. Okay. That's why just to modify the route, just to get a good yield, okay, without any trouble. So always we go for the simple, cheap, easy, convenient method. Okay. That's why here first phenol is converted into benzene sulfonic acid type of product, where ortho and the para is blocked. When the ortho para is blocked by some group, activating group, that is removed easily by the HNO3. So by giving the NO2 group from the HNO3, so that NO2 group fixes on the ortho, both ortho and the para, and ultimately we get a 2,4,6 trinitrophenol, that is picric acid. So variety of methods are available. Only thing is which is best for us in a industry, we have to select, so that economic factor is maintained. Then we sell in the market with a good profit. Now, coal-based reaction. Phenol with sodium hydroxide becomes sodium phenoxide. So with carbon dioxide, it converts into what? COO C6H5. This is called phenyl salicylate. CO is called as what? Ester group. Which ester? Phenyl. This is called what? Salicylic acid ring structure. Therefore, it is called what? Because after the sodium phenoxide, with this we get a salicylic acid. What is salicylic acid? It is two out of the two, which is the dominating group, acidic. So this is taken as acid family. When this is taken as the main functional group, this becomes the side chain. So this is benzoic acid. For the benzoic acid, if you take this as number 1, this becomes the number 2. On the second position, we have hydroxy group. Therefore, it is called as 2-hydroxy. Parent name is benzoic acid. So 2-hydroxy benzoic acid is popularly called as salicylic acid. And that salicylic acid with what? Phenol once again gives phenyl salicylate. Popularly called what? Salal. Salal is best antiseptic we get in the market with other combination. So it finds application in what? Especially in the cosmetics. Okay, right. Now, using salicylic acid, we can prepare one more. Acetyl salicylic acid. You make it as COH. Okay, please make it COOH. So this is what? Acetyl salicylic acid. This already we learnt in our previous session. Popularly called as what? Aspirin. So acetyl salicylic acid is also known as what? Aspirin, which will find application in the especially medicine, what? Painkiller or any inflammation, okay, or blood clotting. So aspirin is clubbed with some other useful chemicals, and we prescribe this water for the as a painkiller or as a to control the fever, any other body aches like that. Okay, so or you can convert the salicylic acid into methyl salicylate. Methyl salicylate. So this also will find application in the medicines. Iodics contain this methyl salicylate, or some important inflammation is there whenever you fall, small injuries. So that area will have inflammation, swelling. So that is controlled by methyl salicylate in the form of either ointment or in the form of tablet. So in different forms, this is used as a medicine. Okay, so that means why I am saying all these, to prepare these 3 useful products. Our starting material is what? Salicylic acid. How it is prepared? Using the Kolbe's reaction. So Kolbe's reaction is very important from exam point. Many times it has occurred. So kindly go through once again and practice. And this is done by a famous German scientist Hermann Kolbe. Okay, all right. Now we'll go further. One more very important reaction, Riemer-Tiemann reaction. This is very important than the Kolbe. Okay, almost every year I can say, or 1 year gap, but you will find Riemer-Tiemann, or in short RT reaction in most of the question papers if you refer the old papers. Okay, right. So starting from 1978 till now, Riemer-Tiemann reaction finds very important what reaction in the textbook and the question paper. So this you give topmost priority for your exam preparation. So what is Riemer-Tiemann reaction? Riemer and Tiemann are the two scientists. Together they have done this work. They have converted the phenol into salicylic. Phenol to salicylic acid, Kolbe. Phenol to salicylic, Riemer-Tiemann reaction. Okay. So how it is converted? Using the chloroform. Mechanism is not there. A small route is there. So phenol converts into intermediate. CHCl2 here attacks. Okay. Actually this H will go. O minus. This minus will fall here. Double bond creation. Then double bond will fall this side. If you take another resonating structure of the phenol, then plus charge is created and there it will attack. All those mechanisms are there. Not for your class. Time being CHCl2 attacks here. Okay. Then it converts into what? CHO with O minus. When you supply acid condition, then it becomes what? OH. Ultimately, it's what? Orthohydroxybenzaldehyde. Orthohydroxybenzaldehyde, also known as salicylic, which you will find once again many applications in the chemical industry. So the most important part of reaction is what? In this reaction, a special species formed. This is called dichlorocarbene, okay, which is an electrophile. Here is the plus charge. Actually, this is CCl3. One Cl will be lost here from this CCl3. So because of the loss of one Cl along with electron, this area will have plus charge. On this area attacks the ortho position. All those will happen in the reaction mechanism. We don't want, even this also not there for your syllabus. Only this reaction is there. Okay. So phenol direct, you can write this also. You can avoid this. So phenol to intermediate with aldehyde group directly O minus becomes OH, that is called as salicylic. This salicylic will find many applications, especially in two important areas. Area number 1, medicine. Area number 2, perfumes. So this has got a very beautiful fragrance. So it is made its use is to prepare a variety of synthetic perfumes. Whatever perfumes we use, synthetic. I am saying synthetic, not natural. So synthetic perfumes will have some percentage of salicylic and some natural leaves, flowers they add. Ultimately, they make a good perfume to attract the customer. That's why this is very important reaction from exam point also once again. So both chemicals salicylic and aspirin plus Kolbe reaction, they will find application in medicine as well as chemical industry, especially salicylic in the perfume. Small amount of salicylic we find in the tea, coffee, cinnamon. So that it is not only one, a small portion is there. So if you take that sample to the laboratory, analytical laboratory, then you check it, definitely we get a small percentage of salicylic from the large scale those natural products, tea, coffee. So you have to take a lot of tea powder, lot of tea, coffee, from that small percentage of salt, because it is a minor quantity. So all those we can do in the special branch known as analytical chemistry. In MSc, several branches there. When you can go for the PhD also. So whatever analytical part is there in chemistry, it all goes to analytical chemistry branch. Okay, right. Now these two are the Riemer-Tiemann scientists. Okay, both from Germany. So Riemer and Tiemann. So very beautiful scientists are there. Very knowledgeable scientists are there. Because of them we are enjoying today chemistry. So we salute them. Now one more property of phenol, reduction process by the zinc. So it will snatch the O and OH will go back and becomes the benzene. So sometimes in the examination for 1 mark, how will you convert phenol to benzene? It is by the reduction of zinc. Zinc is a very easy to handle. Two early metals are reactive, two later than the zinc are not reactive. So zinc is usually in the preparation of a gas, hydrogen gas, or as a reducing agent. So friendly, user friendly reducing agent is zinc. So using the zinc dust, zinc powder, so we convert phenol into benzene along with, when you take the oxygen from by the zinc, it becomes a zinc oxide. Okay, right. Now one more what reaction of oxidation of phenol, but by using a special reagent. Here zinc metal, but here a special reducing agent known as what? This is a special reducing agent. This is called what? Potassium nitrosodisulfonate, popularly called what? Freemise salt. Okay, so if you, this will give very good result. If you get this chemical in the market, you can go for the oxidation process of the phenol. If you don't get, if you find it costly, then you can go for what? Sodium dichromate also. Okay, sodium dichromate will give, it is second place. Okay, go for Freemise salt. If not, you can go for the sodium dichromate. Ultimately, we get a phenol to benzoquinone. We get a quinones, because quinones will find applications, especially in the malaria drugs. Okay, therefore, different types of quinones are available in the market with different combinations. They are used in the what they to cure diseases. Okay, so right, so phenol with a special reagent or with sodium dichromate, we get a benzoquinone. Almost yield is around 80%. So when the more than 50% yield is there, we go for this method. Okay, right. So okay, my dear students, today we understood reactions of phenol, and in the days to come, we go for the last part of the alcohols, phenols, and ethers, that is ether. So what we are going to learn, we are going to understand the preparation, property, uses of ether. Already I think we have learned ether uses. Only thing is preparation and the property part. Okay, so till then, have a nice time, but at the same time, take care. So health is on top priority. Okay, if you're healthy, you can do wonders. Okay, thank you, my dear students.